was not until recently where the federal government revised the embargo on the importation of furniture in Nigeria that the creativity of Nigerian local manufacturers began to rise. The federal government had put a ban on the importation of furniture in order to protect the local industries involved in the processing and manufacturing of furniture. According to recent statistics and the market trends, it appears it worked. There had been a lot of growth in the furniture manufacturing sector, contributing to the earnings for investors and the overall GDP of the country. Welcome to Community Report on Channels Television. I'm Victoria Ido. On this edition of the program, we shall take a look at furniture manufacturing business in Nigeria, its benefits, the challenges they face, and what it takes to succeed as a furniture maker in Nigeria. Whether it's a bedroom, a duplex or an office, some form of furniture is needed. It could either be imported or locally made by furniture makers in Nigeria. Furniture are carefully crafted out of wood, which could either be hardwood, which comes from broad-leaved trees, or manufactured boards, which are processed timber. Behind the sophistication that you see is a large community of people who have made furniture making industry a viable one. With a blend of hard work, creativity and passion, they produce different types of furniture ranging from sitting room sofas, kitchen cabinet, beddings to office furniture. Let's meet Joy, a mechanical engineer who from the age of 14 took up the nail and hammer with passion, dedication and one motivation.
I've always been in the furniture factory. I'll say I've been in the furniture factory since I was 14. My mother too was a furniture maker, so after school I always had to go to the factory to do some work, and during the holidays I had to also go. Well, she was not compelling or forcing us to go, but she was paying me for every time I went, so it was good, easy money, you know. So I think it was the money that drew me to always going to the factory, because anytime I go there to work, I get paid. From there, you know, I realized that I found myself studying mechanical engineering, production option. So when I finished, I had to come back there to work. And so everything I'd learned in school was just naturally relating to what we're doing, because at that time we're doing a lot of metal furniture, and we also had a woodworking section. So I found myself working in the metal furniture section, and then from there I had interest in wood. I would go and see what the carpenters are doing, ask them questions, and before I knew it, she started withdrawing and going back, and then I started taking more of the factory manager role to oversee, you know. And then at that time we also had a lot of expatriates. We were working for multinationals, so there was a gap between who could understand their needs and to bring their needs back to the factory. So I now became the bridge to go and talk to customers, understand their needs and understand the specific needs that they had for their furniture. So I will now bring all those detailing back to the factory to ensure that the workmen do exactly what the customer is talking about. So that also gave me a little bit of insight into interior designing too.
And it's been over 25 years now, and Joy, with a lot of experience and knowledge to talk about, has moved from nailing wood to supervising and training.
I see a lot of people want to learn, but they don't know how. I see a lot of people want to do good quality, but they don't know how to achieve it. And because I have years of experience, I've also been trained, you know. I was trained by an expert furniture maker, a Lebanese that is very good. And so I have very good, strong eye for details. And of course, I have the experience in the business. So I thought, okay, I just started it as well as a joke, really, on Instagram. I just created the page for the school, and I do free education. I just come around, I take a topic, I treat it, I take one aspect of furniture making, I just go all the way, I do videos, I do all of that to showcase. And then people started asking me, oh, can we come to your school? And can you come to your school? And so that was what bettered the school. It wasn't like planned that I would have the school. I was just doing my thing. And I put up the ad for the school, and I had the first 10 students came in, and that's how it has been. And we've done over a year now, and I've trained over 25 people across Nigeria.
Although the furniture making industry is generally a man's industry, we meet more women who have taken up the strength of men and are doing great at it.
As a woman in furniture making industry, people tend to go like, why are you doing a man's work? So if I'm faced with that, I'm faced with going to a place full of men and they're looking at you to make any mistake and they go like, what are you looking for? It's not your kind of work. But some people encourage, I wouldn't lie, a lot of people encourage us. So that's one of the, disadvantages. You're doing a man's job, you're already condemned before you start. But I'll thank God, mostly people are tuning now to see that women can actually do things. I've done a lot of projects that referred me to some other projects and they see, hey, she actually knows what she's doing. So far so good. It's been fine.
For me as a lady coming in was a bit difficult, you know, because you find out that most of the carpenters and the artisans are men. So it was an issue of trying to control them and trying to make them work properly, because they'll be like, oh, who is this one talking to? After I have a wife at home, you know, and all of that. But I also realized that because of my in-depth knowledge of the work, it also helped me to surmount that.
Oluwatoyin and her team start off from the wood market in Mushin, where they decide on what type of wood to work with. Depending on the client's job, they either go for the hardwood, which is a denser, stronger and more durable, or they go for the manufactured boards like the MDF, medium density fiber board, plywood made from alternating layers of thin sheets, chipboard made from soft wood, chips and sawdust. From the purchase of the wood, we move to the cutting section.
Now this is a panel saw machine. It cuts any dimension of